So it's not just the Thunder who has a Spurs problem. It's the league that has a Spurs problem. The entire NBA has a Spurs problem. And I'm here to tell y'all, the Spurs are legit. They're legit title contenders, not for the next 2 years, not for next year, but for right now.
2 weeks ago, Wemby dropped a total bomb. He said his team plays pure, honest basketball. He called the Thunder's style forced. He told the champs they play the wrong way. That is huge talk. Usually that comes back to bite you hard. But guess what? The Spurs just backed it up again.
Off the wide action, Wemby pulls the three. Got it! Come on!
Christmas Day. OKC home court. The biggest stage in hoops. San Antonio walked in and just crushed it. Final score 117-102. That is 3 wins over OKC in 2 weeks. This is not just talk anymore. It is a war. And right now, the Spurs are winning big. The San Antonio Spurs have changed the whole game. Let me show you how. Give OKC credit. They started fast on Christmas Day. They hit 9 of their first 10 shots. The fans were loud. The TV lights were bright. The champs looked like champs and they were ready to play. But none of that worked. The Spurs took the punch and took control. De'Aaron Fox was on fire early with 13 points in the first. He attacked the rim and hit shots. San Antonio won the first quarter 41-36 even with OKC's hot start. They never looked back. They never lost the lead after that. It was just steady, tough, non-stop basketball. They won 3 out of 4 quarters today. They got a big lead in the second half and kept it. Every time OKC tried to come back, the Spurs hit back. No panic and no bad shots. They just did their job over and over. The final stats show the truth. The Spurs shot 54%. The Thunder only shot 39%. San Antonio made 73% of their shots at the rim. And that was against the best defense in the league. Think about that. The best defenders could not stop the Spurs from scoring at the rim. This was not a lucky night for San Antonio. This was a team that had a plan and won. 5 Spurs scored 10 or more points. Fox had 29 points on 12 of 19 shooting. He also hit 3 big shots from deep. Wemby and Castle both scored 19. Harrison Barnes had 15 points and 6 rebounds. Dylan Harper came off the bench for 12. New guys step up every single night. It is always the same big win. That is why this team is so scary. 3 games against the best team and 3 wins. Stop making excuses and look at the facts. The Spurs know how to beat OKC, and they can do it again. It starts with their great offense, even against the elite OKC defense that kills other teams. San Antonio finds ways to get easy shots and they score fast. They run to the paint every time. They pass the ball and find the open man. They do not take bad shots or easy threes. The Thunder want to force tough shots. The Spurs say no to that. They stay calm. They trust their plan and they keep getting buckets.
Watched by Caruso. Wembanyama got it back, fires, and it drops.
Then there is the Chet Holmgren problem. In all 3 big matchups this season, the Spurs have completely shut him down and kept him quiet. On Christmas Day, he only got 10 points on 9 shots. They attack him in the post every time. They challenge him at the rim over and over. And having both Wemby and Cornet on the court on the other end makes everything so much harder for Chet on both sides of the ball. Gary Kwan from Pounding the Rock described it perfectly. It is genuinely enjoyable watching Spur after Spurs seek out Holmgren in the paint and go right at him. They are hunting him. They know he is a weak point in this matchup, and they are exploiting it every single time they get the ball. And if anyone is still holding on to the Wemby versus Chet debate, this game was yet another dagger in that conversation. 3 matchups this season, and Chet has been a non-factor in all of them. At this point, it is not even a rivalry. It is just a mismatch. And then there is the depth of this team. During this 8-game winning streak, the Spurs have had different leading scorers in 7 of those big victories. A different guy stepping up and carrying the load every single night. You simply cannot game plan for that kind of depth. You cannot key on any one player and hope to slow San Antonio down. Whoever is hot that night is going to hurt you, and someone is always hot on this team. OKC has been the model for roster construction the last couple of years. Deep, balanced, with multiple guys who can contribute on any given night, but the Spurs might have just out-OKC'd them at their own game. Let us just call this what it really is. We are watching a rivalry form in real time, right in front of our eyes. The intensity is there. The stakes are high, the matchups keep delivering memorable moments, and now there is a genuine beef between these two teams. After the NBA Cup semi-final win a couple of weeks back, Wemby talked about his team playing pure and ethical basketball. He contrasted it with what he called forced basketball, and everyone knew exactly who he was talking about. OKC's isolation-heavy offense, SGA hunting his own shots, the modern style that prioritizes individual creation over ball movement and team play. Wemby basically went on national television and said the Spurs play basketball the right way, and the Thunder do not. That is not subtle at all. That is a direct shot at the defending champs and their entire basketball philosophy. This is a philosophical clash as much as it is a talent clash. Old school versus new school, team basketball versus star ball. The beautiful game versus modern isolation. And right now, old school is winning convincingly. Harrison Barnes sees exactly what is coming after the Christmas win. He laid it out clearly for everyone. We are on a collision course with this team. Both teams have young stars that want to win and want to play at a high level, and both are in the West. So, I think in order to achieve the ultimate goal, which is to hang another banner, we are both pursuing the same thing, a collision course. That is the perfect way to describe it. These two teams are going to be battling each other for many years to come. If you are old enough to remember the Spurs and Lakers rivalry from the 2000s, this whole thing is going to feel incredibly familiar to you. Back then, you had the dominant star-powered Lakers with Shaq and Kobe. They seemed completely unstoppable as the most talented team in the league, with championship pedigree and all the spotlight. Then you had those Tim Duncan Spurs, disciplined, deep, and fundamentally sound, refusing to get caught up in the Lakers game. Those two franchises went to war in the Western Conference year after year, trading blows in the playoffs, and the Spurs eventually broke through to win multiple championships by staying true to their identity. The parallel here is almost eerie. OKC is the new super team, best record in the league, defending, champions built around a transcendent individual talent in Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And here come the Spurs, younger, deeper, playing that beautiful, unselfish team basketball, ready to challenge them for the Western Conference supremacy. One analyst summed it up perfectly. The Spurs now represent an existential threat to the dynasty Oklahoma City has worked so hard to build. And that is not just hot take material. 3 wins in 2 weeks against the best team in basketball proves it beyond any doubt. The Spurs own OKC right now, and that has to be absolutely terrifying for Thunder fans who thought this season was going to be a coronation. But here is what should really concern the rest of the league moving forward. Victor Wembanyama still isn't even at full strength. He has been coming off the bench in these games, playing limited minutes and managing his workload carefully. And the Spurs are still doing this, still beating the best team in basketball, still rolling off 8-game, winning streaks, and still looking like genuine title contenders without their best player operating at 100%. On Christmas Day, Wemby put up 19 points and 11 rebounds in another bench role. Solid numbers, impactful performance, but nowhere near what he is capable of when he is fully unleashed and hunting. The Spurs do not need him to go nuclear to beat elite teams. They just need him to be Wemby, anchor the defense, make winning plays, and warp the entire game with his presence and gravity. And then you have the Slash brothers developing right alongside him. Castle is making a massive second-year leap, nearly 19-7 on the season. And Harper is consistently showing poise and making big plays in big moments. And these two are just getting started. The Spurs are going to be scary for a long, long time. So what happens in April and May when playoff intensity kicks in? What happens when Wemby is back playing 30-plus minutes every night and actively hunting 30-point games? What happens when this already dominant team gets their generational superstar operating at peak performance? The Spurs are winning right now without their best player going full throttle. That is what depth looks like. That is what balance looks like. That is what separates contenders from pretenders. The San Antonio Spurs just announced themselves to the entire basketball world on the biggest regular season stage there is. 8 straight wins and counting. A roster so deep, they have had a different leading scorer in 7 of those 8 games. A generational talent still operating below his ceiling, while his teammates dominate elite competition. Anyway, this is no longer a cute story about a young team exceeding expectations. This is a legit championship contender making themselves known. The NBA landscape has shifted, and San Antonio is standing right at the center of it all. So, what do you think? Are the Spurs legitimate title contenders? Can they keep this going and actually dethrone OKC when the playoffs come around? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, hit that like button and subscribe and check out one of these videos on your screen now.